Of the DJ this morning.
Drills.
DJ Drills.
DJ Lates.
Let me tell you something, boy.
DJ Drill, the late DJ.
You know, I know why he late, you know.
Why?
You see them waves in his head, eh?
Oh, you mean he had to do a couple
let me tell you.
strokes.
He had to take like maybe 30 minutes to take off his durag.
So here we go, right? Alright, so we have a bald guy, a guy with some kind of hair, and a guy with too much hair.
Have too much hair?
Yeah, in the morning show. What are you, a Rasta?
I'm not a
fashion
Rasta.
dread.
I fashion dread.
You're a fashion Rasta.
A fashion dread.
That's the problem these days, you know. Rasta.
Why is that a problem, though?
Because you guys have taken what one of the most significant traits of a religion, and just decide to wear it.
Actually, we normalize it for them.
We
That's
just
what
wear
we
it. You know, you guys just decide to wear it. You know, I mean, Rastafari is a religion.
Yeah.
Right.
Rastafarianism, you know.
Is it ism?
I don't know.
Ism schism.
Rastafarianism sounds okay. Is Rastafari?
It sounds better.
The Rastafari movement.
That was the Rastafari.
Now the thing is, right?
It's a religion, right?
Yeah. The thing is,
and one of the things that would identify the religion is their hair.
Yeah.
The big bongo and you know.
But then, I mean, I think the hairstyle goes beyond just the religion, and it's society. Because their basis for it was to rebel against the Babylon system of styling. Because naturally, if your hair remains uncombed, it will lock.
Right.
So it goes more than just their belief of what Selassie and them preaches, and more to do with rebelling to society.
Ironically, Selassie was never a Rasta.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my rebellion to
parents.
Not my parents. My parents are very good people. And
I didn't say that they're good. They're not good.
They raised me well.
Uh-huh.
They gave me my freedom at times.
And you took advantage of it.
I did not take advantage of it.
Okay.
I'm a good boy.
All right.
I could have been a V-neck.
There was a time though.
Yeah.
There was a time that, you know, if you weren't Rasta and you had dreads on your head, people would frown on you. You know, people society would look at you like, you
bringing disgrace to the religion.
But now everybody.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thing of the day now. It's
now,
a trend.
The thing is, right, growing up after Form 5, that was your way of showing your parents that that I'm grown now. Because from
do what I want.
From time you go into school, they wouldn't allow you to grow your hair up to a certain point.
You have kids going to school.
Yeah, now things have changed, right? So, but in my time, you growing your hair was the proof that, yeah, boy, okay, that man growing up, that man's a big man now, you know? So in Form 5, as soon as you graduate, your hair not cutting again. So I had long hair before this.
Right.
Like before I actually dreaded my hair, I had a full head of long hair. I used to take corners and everything.
And you dread and shave the side.
Yeah, I had a mohawk. And then I decided to put dreads and I cut the back. And then, now I'm a half ras.
Half ras.
Yeah.
Half ras.
Half ras.
A half ras Rasta.
Half ras.
Would you consider yourself, it's just a fashion for you, right?
Yeah, it's mainly a fashion. Now the thing is, right, I mean,
you're not a Rasta.
I wouldn't subscribe fully to the Rastafarian movement.
Right.
But I do believe that some of what they practice is actually good, which is eating right and living right. Living honestly. Yeah, I mean, well, it's just, according to them, it's positive vibes.
My thing is, you don't have to dread to be Rasta.
Let me tell you.
You
know I feel dread.
Yeah, man. So my bald head.
I mean, like I tell you, you could put locks in your beard, bro.
So what you're saying that my hair not growing?
Does your hair grow?
Let me do a 2-week challenge and you will see.
Let's go.
What we betting?
What are we betting?
I bet you in 2 weeks I can safely say that you will say, yeah, okay, all right, I'll sign up.
What are we betting?
Well, tell me, you have a car?
I do.
So put your keys up.
No.
Pink slip. We're doing pink slip. Your car gets my car.
What car you have?
No.
I
don't know what car you have.
I need to know what car.
I don't know what
I'll tell you what car I have.
I don't want to know.
What?
I don't want to know.
What?
I do not.
So wait. So if what's the challenge really?
The challenge is I grow hair in 2 weeks. Enough for you to say, yeah, okay, all right, your hair can grow.
A full head of hair.
Yeah.
A full head of hair.
So I'm not shaving for 2 weeks.
I want.
I'm not gonna shave for 2 weeks.
Listen. There can't be a case where at the back half and at the front door half, you know.
No. It's
a full head of hair. Jules, you ever see Asylum with hair?
No.
Asylum don't have hair?
Let me tell you. My daughter just turned eating.
19.
My daughter has
As if there's a rule.
my daughter is turned, and one of my daughters. One of my daughters.
How many kids you have?
8. Richard.
You serious?
Mm-hmm.
You serious?
Yeah.
I'm not even serious. You serious?
Yes.
You have 8 children.
Mm-hmm.
How old is
4
the
boys.
oldest?
My oldest would have been 28 next year.
And how old is the youngest?
3.
Okay.
You want to take a moment of silence in salute of Asylum?
Yes. You've been a hard worker.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Guys, we're taking a moment of silence for Asylum and his 8 kids.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Yeah. 8 kids, bro.
Yeah.
And the last one is 3 years old.
Why? What's so funny?
Not funny, you know. It's amazing.
Why?
You've been hitting that iron from young.
No, it's not that. I can be your father.
You can. You really can.
So now you have to respect me.
I do respect you.
Okay. So
but
pass the keys to the car.
No. What car you have?
Junior Creole coming up this weekend. We need to make sure we secure our vehicle, right?
Oh, wait. So you don't have a car and you want my car?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't have a car.
What car you have?
It doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
The bet is pink slip.
0. I am gracefully declining, bro.
You're making Jules laugh.
Yeah.
Jules, we have to have a ride this weekend, right? Hey, Jules? We have to have a ride this weekend, man. Come on, it's Junior Creole. Junior Creole weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to Labry.
Labry. What have thing, by the way?
Labry.
Labry alone?
No, before both said you. Babino usually have.
Yeah. Babino is to me, Babino is the Creole capital.
Yeah, but you see why do you say that though? Because, I mean, when you go south, it's the Creole, like local, old way.
Yeah, there is Choiseul, but then
random places, when you go other places, you're finding bones in castle and all.
No. Listen.
Kids them play old.
Babino is one of the most culturally enriched communities within
And I
St.
don't
Lucia.
disagree with you.
Especially, you see, when it comes to solo. People take solo serious.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But
I believe that if you're going to preserve a culture, you're going to preserve a culture.
I agree. So nowhere should have bouncing castle.
Yeah.
Not one place. What they should have is bamboo for the train to bounce
you know
on.
what I mean? Topi. All them
Yeah,
you know.
Play Veni.
Yeah.
You know what Veni is?
What's that?
Veni is our version of hide and seek.
Yeah.
You know, you put your hand in the thing, and then whoever they catch is it, and then everyone. Yeah.
You just caught the end of that era. You just barely got that era.
Bro, well, Drills never play them things.
Never played them things.
You know what Drills used to play?
Uh-huh.
Xbox. That's so sad, bro.
Yeah.
Xbox and PlayStation. You never play hide and seek. You never play Chinese skip. You never play Tiki Talk.
I've played Jacks, I've played Chinese skip.
Yeah, Jacks. Who calls it Jacks?
Jacks is so modern.
It's Tiki Talk.
Tiki Talk.
And Chinese skip. Is it jump rope?
Yep. You know how to make a topi?
Yeah,
Joe, you can make a topi?
No.
You can make a ZZ?
No.
What? Bro, a ZZ.
You still call it that?
What would you call it?
What would you?
Those young people are wild.
What did you change the name to? But anyways, leave Jason.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, headed into Creole weekend, I believe that we should try to preserve. If we're preserving a culture, we're preserving a culture. You cannot. Yes, times change, right? But being able to reflect on where we came from as a people is very important.
Definitely.
And especially being able to teach our children a bit of where we came from is very important. Even if they're not partaking it on a regular basis, at least they have knowledge of it.
Now, that's the thing. I believe that if it's taught well, they will participate, because I have always enjoyed Creole Day.
You know, one of my favorite pastime as a child growing up is sit and listen to my grandmother and my great grandmother talk about their days. I used to love that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought one of your pastimes as a kid was to
leave the room. Go sit outside.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have a feeling that I'm going to do it. Before you say it.
I'm not going to say anything.
Before you say it, let me punish you. It's one of those things, right, Jules? Punish him before you finish. Why would I have no music there?
You're like a Jamaican parent. You know, they have this joke about this Caribbean parent. Yeah. When you go to the school, they'll be like, Drills, come here. Ouch! Why did you hit me? Just in case. So,
we're not hearing nothing, yeah? Oh, okay, There we go. Yeah, but again, if we're gonna preserve our
If we're gonna preserve culture, we can't be talking about that with this music playing in the background.
you want
But the
some
masquerade
cultural
beat,
music?
yeah, give me a little
There's
masquerade beat.
There's some cultural music.
You know?
see that?
So this week we're gonna do things heavily based on Creole
Yeah.
because it's Creole week.
So that means that you're alone working then?
Huh?
You're working by yourself?
No. I never said we'll speak Creole. I said we'll do things based on Creole.
Okay.
On Friday we go have a party inside of it. I go bring Subans in,
Uh-huh.
and Subans will just do his vibe on Saturday.
on
Not
Friday.
Saturday, Friday morning. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. What you say?
You can get servants up that early?
Yeah.
You sure?
No.
Okay.
Exactly. I feel cultural already. Let me tell you.
All right. You see that? Yeah. Oh boy. I don't know what we're gonna do with you, but we're gonna figure something out. In the meantime, you gotta say good morning, St. Lucia. Good morning, to the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and of course, you're tuned into Hits FM 92.1, 91.1, the maximum music authority.
Yeah.
It is the Breakfast Fete. Yours truly, I'm alongside
Miraculous and DJ Drills.
We'll be here with you until about 11 or so.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, we have Man vs. Woman. Then Keena's gonna be in the building from 12 today.
Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna hold it down until 4, 5, I think it is. Not sure. Around there.
Yeah.
And then DJ Allo is gonna be in the building. He's gonna hold it down until 7. Locked on to Hits FM 92.1, 91.1, the maximum music authority. Let's take in some cultural music.
Jamais, même si maman va appeler. Well, jamais, gardez jamais point. Jamais pas croisé Chemway. Même si maman va appeler. Jamais pas croisé Chemway. Jamais la dispo les mouets. Well, jamais. Jamais, gardez jamais moins danser. Jamais la dispo les mouets. Jamais la croisé Chemway. Bolita mama jamais. Well, jamais. Gardez jamais la danser. Jamais la croisé Chemway. Jamais la dispo les mouets. Même si maman va appeler moi. Bolita mama jamais. Well, jamais. Gardez jamais la danser. Jamais la dispo les mouets. Jamais la croisé Chemway. Gardez jamais point danser. Jamais la dispo les mouets. Même si maman va appeler moi. Gardez jamais point danser. Bolita mama jamais. Well, jamais. Bolita mama jamais. point danser. Ou kay quitter, jamais la disco les mots. Ou kay quitter, même si maman parle les mots. Ou kay quitter, jamais la croiser chez moi. Ou kay quitter, Polita, maman jamais. Ou elle jamais. Polita, maman jamais. Ou elle jamais. Même si maman parle les mots. Ou kay quitter, jamais la croiser chez moi. Ou kay quitter, jamais la disco les mots. Ou kay quitter, garder jamais point danser. Ou kay quitter, jamais la croiser chez moi. Même si maman parle les mots. Oui.
Tu n'es pas y'all encore, hein? On nous célébrer plus mais passé l'année passée. À nous aller. Oui, chantez. Oui, chantez. Oui. Chantez en l'air du manger qu'à préparer. Moun habillé belle, en hat tradition tout seul. Bagaille en temps longtemps, à sous exhibition. Dernier dimanche avant encore, pour qu'aille d'un peu plus souvent. Billy West. Journée Creole mama, journée Creole papa, journée Creole mama, journée Creole tout le monde, vini célébrer nous, vini amis avec nous, vini lécher toi tout bonjour salam. Journée Creole mama, journée Creole papa, journée Creole mama, journée Creole tout le monde. Ah, nous cachons que tu arrives pas comme une là, ah ouais. Moun sorti tout partout pour célébrer avec nous. Ça qui sorti l'autre pays, gagné un chai petit. Ici en occasion qu'a mené tout le monde ensemble. Chébé à souripo, si nous pas blé, ouais, mort. Vini boire, vini boire, vini chanter, sans qu'il soit nous. Journée Creole mama, journée Creole papa, journée Creole mama, journée Creole tout le monde. Vini célébrer avec nous, vini amis avec nous, vini lécher toi tout bonjour salam. Journée Creole mama, journée Creole papa, journée Creole mama, journée Creole tout le monde. Levez la main, criez, levez la main, chantez, levez la main, criez. Tout le monde est sorti par ouais. À chaque fois nous avons tout pays qui a célébré journée Creole. Marche Martinique, comme les journées qui passent à place là.
Ça va bien.
Dominique, comme les journées qui passent à place là.
Ça va bien.
Sainte-Lucie, comme les journées qui passent à place là.
Ça va bien.
Gozile, Canawi, Soukouye, Tienery, levez la main en les airs, moi plaisant tout le monde crier. Ça va bien.
Ça va bien.
Journée Creole maman,
Journée Creole maman.
journée Creole papa,
Journée Creole papa.
journée Creole maman,
Journée Creole maman.
journée Creole tout le monde.
Journée Creole tout le monde.
Vini célébrer nous, vini amuser nous, vini lécher toi tout pour du salade. Journée Creole maman.
Tout le monde, ouais, bouger talon, ouais, faut des boudons, j'ai bien yo femme, ouais, et fait suspend. J'ai bien ouais, ou dit pour faire comme ça, nous qu'à vivre bay pat, les BD. Tout le monde, ouais, j'ai bien yo femme, ouais, et fait suspend, ouais, là où j'ai bien ouais, ou dit pour faire comme ça, nous qu'à vivre bay pat.
It's just about 9 o'clock. It's Lucia and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. I tell you, that hour's going real fast, eh? Can you imagine that?
Am I on? Am I?
Yeah, you on? Yeah, man.
Am I?
You on? Yeah, yeah.
Am I?
We can hear you.
Am I?
We can hear you.
Am I? Am I?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Ah, boy. DJ Jules coming on nicely this morning, boy.
Let me tell you, yeah, man. We're
yeah.
just giving you guys a startup to the Creole vibes this week, you know?
What's your plans for this weekend? Any plans? I mean, you're a photographer, right? So you'll
Yeah.
be out and about regardless.
Actually, no.
No?
No.
You're not doing the country a favor? A service, you know?
I go in and eat food and enjoy the culture, but without my camera. My camera and I don't lie in the same place. If my camera was
So not at least one day you're gonna go out
Nah.
and just like
you
post
see,
some photos to
and that's the
Facebook.
thing, eh?
Uh.
And I
Service
like to
country.
enjoy things
Yes.
on my own.
Right.
So I don't like to bring my camera
Service
everywhere because
service
that's
to country.
it's like
I
having a
put you on the
baby.
spot
No,
here.
it's like having a baby.
With you.
It's a big
But no, you see,
responsibility.
you bring somebody along to take care of the camera.
No, it doesn't work that way because the person themselves want to enjoy themselves.
You find somebody who doesn't.
Do you want to hold my camera?
No.
Exactly.
I don't want to go in.
Does Drills want to hold my camera?
Maybe. No
What?
problem. No
He said
problem.
no.
You see that?
Take up pictures.
Yeah. you see
All
that?
I heard was no problem.
No problem.
He said no problem.
Ah, boy.
As in, like, you know.
Good morning
there's
to DJ Omega. He's celebrating his birthday today. You know, you just realized I just cut you, right?
That's okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Happens all the time.
I know how to work it.
Yeah.
Mark Flex also celebrating today. He's Mark is always following everything we do on Facebook. So Mark, good morning to you.
Big up yourself.
Enjoy your day
Yeah.
to the fullest. We have Emmanuel Lindsay. Also Levy Delot celebrating. Clarence Paul is also celebrating. Big up yourself, Clarence. Yeah. Hoping you guys have a wonderful day today. You want to sing happy birthday to these people, man?
You singing it?
Yeah, you.
Sure, why not?
Birthday mashup. Jules, you ready? You ready for the birthday mashup?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday
you.
to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord. May the good Lord. May the good Lord. Bless you. Bless you.
You see, I hope when it's his time, that he enjoys this, right? Yeah. Making fun of people this morning. Happy birthday to
I
you.
was singing the song.
If you're celebrating a birthday today,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday to you. Yeah. That was the birthday mashup this morning.
It's true.
Yeah.
It really
The
was
mashup,
a mashup.
Everyone's a mashup, eh?
Yeah.
In the meantime, celebrate to the birthday today, big up yourself, all right, enjoy to the fullest. That was our birthday mashup where we just all come together and sing happy birthday to you in our own flavor. Yeah. I think my one's a little cayenne pepper there this morning. What do you say? All right.
I'm Scotch bonnet.
Scotch who?
Scotch bonnet.
You mean no salt? Yeah. It's Monday morning, and of course, you inside the breakfast fed. As we head into Creole weekend, bring you some local flavor there, boy. I tell you. What you saying there?
I'm on the live now, so I can see the comments.
You're on the live.
Yeah.
Which one on the live? The Facebook live?
Yeah,
you
the
on there?
Facebook live.
Are you on the YouTube live also? Do you have that?
I have the YouTube live. So, guys, of course,
Head over to
we're
YouTube.
live on Facebook
and
on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, so
Head over and give us some love, man.
yeah. So
Subscribe.
It's Caribbean Hits FM on Facebook.
Yeah.
Caribbean space.
Right.
Hits
It's
FM.
Mm-hmm.
And we're now live.
Right.
So we can totally do that. Oh my God.
Listen to the little English brats. Oh my God.
Stop it.
Yeah. In the meantime, head on over to our Facebook page and of course show us some love shared. Also on YouTube, you can catch us live on the YouTube also. I see you just got a comment from Lovely. Lovely city.
She say something there?
Yeah. You're behind, man.
I see it.
You ain't see nothing?
I not see nothing.
Oh boy, I thought you just boasted that you have the live and you can
Yeah, well, I can clearly you're ahead of me, you know.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
What came first? Me.
You're neither a chicken or an egg. Well, I mean, you might be a Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not
You-
chicken.
you-
What? No, I'm not chicken for sure.
You might,
I'm not chicken.
you could be Humpty Dumpty.
why I
Because
have
you know,
no
Humpty
great
Dumpty-
fall, no
when
great
you,
fall
when you listen
for
to
me.
the, when you listen to the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty, it doesn't give you a description of who he is, right? But when you look at the like a video or picture, he shapes like an egg.
Yeah. So you're saying I shape like an egg?
You're Humpty Dumpty.
Your head is shaped like an egg.
All right. Leave my head out of this.
Okay.
What my mouth said to you does not involve my head.
Your mouth is a hole in your head.
Yeah, no. Whatever my mouth say to you,
Your mouth is a hole in your head, you know?
You argue with.
Your orifices are making
All right,
sounds
let's
towards
get to
me.
something serious here. There's a little place in Africa. You have the story?
Yeah.
For us. Let's do our OMG story for the morning. A story that would make you say, "Oh my gosh!" And I can't really believe. Well, it happens, eh? It happens. So let's get to the story.
So, who read in your eyes?
Which one of you can read better?
You.
I'm the better.
You're the better reader. You're better at
I don't have my
everything.
glasses there this morning, so it's
Oh,
gonna be a
wow.
little difficult. There's quite a number of things a man can simply do in this world to generate income, but by trying here and there, finally things when I can't see this. I can't.
You can't see it?
Yeah, I can't see this.
So I have to read it.
Yeah, you have to read it.
Okay.
Right. So your turn to read.
Okay.
I have to go get the glasses.
Okay. All right. There are quite a number of things a man can do in this world to generate income. But by trying here and there and finally things fail to work out, sometimes can lead to a suicide attempt because of too much poverty along the Kenyan coastal because of too much poverty along the
Kenyan coast.
Whoever wrote that
Right.
need licks because it ain't the reason well.
I know.
But anyway, I will try my best. Apparently, people in Kenya can speak
Kenyan
English.
coast.
Kenyan
Some
coast-
residents are forced to rent their wives to wealthy
tourists for extra income.
Uh-huh.
As a way to fight poverty in the region, some Kenyans have developed a habit of giving out their wives to rich tourists who need a good time before they reunite with them after the contract. Among the people who are victimized is one of the tour guides identified as Kimani James. Should we be saying his name?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
okay.
That's news. So,
Yeah.
right? Who narrated that he has been renting out his wife since August last year, purposely to earn some extra cash.
All right, we're gonna stop there because we get the gist of the whole thing. Yeah, it's painful to read, but you know,
It is? Is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Why?
It is. I mean, when you think that people are at a point where things are so bad, they're so desperate, and that's why you see sometimes here in St. Lucia when you and you know me, I like to tie these stories into what's happening here, right? There's a lot of people who feel that they need to do these things to survive, and they're nearly nowhere poverty stricken as some of these people in these countries, right? You following along with me,
Yes.
right? Let me tie this in. Let's tie this in. Do you think that this happens here in St. Lucia?
Oh, we wondered whether it would happen as to whether or not you would do it. I think I would ask. Let's
question.
deal first
Uh-huh.
with whether or not we would do it.
Right.
In terms of, all right, we've been trying to provide for our families for
Right.
a long time.
Right.
I've tried so many things. Every job I apply for,
Mm.
I get the interview and I don't get hired.
Right.
Even drugs I try to sell and it's just not working out. Every time I end up selling drugs, I get arrested.
Uh-huh.
So it makes no sense.
Right.
But then, I'm in Castries and I'm chilling with my wife. And this white man is like, if you read more of the story,
Uh-huh.
it says that, the guy approached him and he's like, yo, I need a good time. I need some Kenyan women to have a good time with.
And I'm willing to pay for
And
it.
he's willing to pay for it. And the guy is like, well, he has his sister. Now, he said sister, but it was actually his wife
Right.
who is single. So,
That's how it started for him.
yeah. So
Right.
that's what started it for him. So the question is, would you, Asylum,
Would we St. Lucia?
will we St. Lucia, but I'm
Uh-huh.
asking you, Asylum,
All right.
personally,
Uh-huh.
would you, if you ever get to that point, consider renting your legally bonded married wife, who is the mother of your kids, to that?
There's a movie that came out a number of years ago. what was the name of the movie, boy? That speaks to that type of thing. I personally don't think I would be able to do that. I would not be able to do that. Not that I don't think I would not be able to do that.
Why?
Because I mean, it's. I'm one of those people who hold my wife dearly. And if we're hungry, we'll stay hungry together. I'm not going to subject you to that kind of shame and humiliation. In some cases, there are cases though, and let me just step away from your question for a little bit. There's a lot of women here who do it.
But do they do it with their husband's permission?
Knowledge,
that's the thing.
Knowledge and
Because,
permission. I don't think a lot
the
of
key
them
factor here
is the permission.
is the husband
Then agree.
willingly giving up his wife for that. Now,
I mean, that's how cheating. That's how a lot of people in marriages and stuff like that. When cheating comes about, that's how it starts. You know, the wife is looking for more than she's getting at home. Financially, especially. Another one comes and my girl, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, and before you know it, she's falling prey.
but then
the husband doesn't know.
that's
Right.
the key
So
thing.
I don't think there's many men out there who would do it.
You do,
I don't think so.
and so you wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I would.
I wouldn't.
I would.
You would?
Yeah, man.
You're just that type of person. I
No, bro. Let me tell you something, right? Taking care of my family is important.
Right.
Bear in mind, listen,
Taking care of your family is important.
yeah, right?
Taking care of your family is important.
Yeah.
Taking care of your family is important.
Yeah.
Then get your behind up and go and look for a job.
but that's the thing,
Go and
bro.
sell crabs on the beach.
What? I've tried all those things. I've tried
No, but
drugs. Them things
you
are
don't
working
give up.
out,
You
bro.
don't give up, my brother.
No, but listen,
You
bro.
don't give up.
Listen,
You don't
listen,
give up.
listen. You
Because at the
understand?
end of the day, that hunger, that need for income would always be there. So
Yeah, but okay, you see, the thing is, right? I'll be willing. If my wife isn't, then she isn't.
if I know for a fact that I am not able to take care of my family and my wife is going to sell herself, and that's what it comes down to feed me, I don't want it.
You don't want it, so what you gonna do?
I go find, we go eat coconut.
Bro, you can't eat coconut every day.
We will eat coconut.
Every day?
We will eat coconut.
Nah, bruv.
What you say, Jules?
Listen, bruv.
No. Jules, what you saying there?
Your wife will leave you eventually.
Your wife will leave you eventually.
Eventually.
bro.
Leave you eventually.
And she will,
And she
listen, you know what's gonna
Either way,
happen?
let me tell you, either which way,
Uh-huh.
if she finds that the other person is providing, she will leave you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your point?
I rather hold
It's
my
not-
wife and
it's a
kids.
lose-lose. It's a lose-lose
No,
for you.
it's not losing,
Uh-huh.
bro. Let me tell you something.
So, Jules, you're saying that you'd rather know that your wife is sleeping with a man for money because you
Yes.
can't provide?
If it's somebody I know and I know of that.
Let me tell you,
Yes,
Boy,
I.
real women go down with a sinking ship.
Real woman.
Yeah.
Well, bro, welcome
Trust
to
me.
2019.
Well, there you go.
Welcome.
Maybe it's a sign of the times.
It's so
A
different
lot
now.
of time, there's back in the old days, there are fathers, husbands that never worked for anyone a day in their life. They never worked for anyone a day in their life, but they fed their family every day on the land.
I don't have land.
Well, you go find
Bro,
rent a piece somewhere.
listen. Listen,
Rent a piece
listen
somewhere.
to the-
And some of them didn't have
listen
land.
to what you
Some
were
of them
really saying,
didn't
right?
have land, but they found ways.
Bro,
Y'all too soft-minded.
No, pause.
You
pause.
younger men.
Oh my God.
You younger men are
Oh
too
my-
easy
oh
to
my
fall
God.
prey. You younger men are
Bro,
too easy. Let me tell you something. You
Listen
see,
to me, bro.
a lot of fellas, like people like Charlo, listening
Uh-huh.
to you right now, Charlo probably say, mate, crazy. Mate, you do what? You go and cut bamboo in forest there in top the road going up to you find something to do, my brother. You be creative. Come up with some industry.
Now,
start something
listen,
new.
I have a friend of mine here listening all the way from St. Kitts.
Your friends are just like you.
Right?
They're
You know
crazy.
what she tell me?
What she say?
Your wife will leave you either way. Right? She's
Uh-huh.
like, real bro, don't go down with no sinking ship. Not in 2019. You're going down by yourself.
They're going to myself.
You're going down
It
by...
goes to show the kind of commitment
No,
that these
but that's
women
what I'm
have to
telling
do.
you, bro.
It
Welcome
goes
to
show-
2019.
It goes to show the kind of commitment these women have. The commitment they have is 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out.
No, bro. Listen.
it's not
listen.
100%.
Listen.
Intimate for
Yeah.
themselves.
Hold on.
You don't
Hold
even
on.
talk. You don't even say nothing. I didn't. You
Asylum.
You Jules didn't.
Asylum. You see, You seem triggered, bro.
Huh?
You seem triggered, bro.
No, but I'm saying.
Hold on.
Let me tell you something, okay?
Let me explain my
tell you,
point of
when
view.
you make that vow for better
And
or for worse,
exactly. The worst is that the next man have to pass for us to feed. That's the worst. We have to go. Listen, tell him.
I hope women are listening. I hope the women that are interested in you are listening to you.
No, bro. Listen to me.
I hope the women that are interested in you. I hope the women that are seeing you as a husband, a future husband, or as husband material, are now saying to themselves, so you're telling me that if he can't provide for whatever reason, that I am going to have to go and do the unthinkable to feed him.
Yo, let me tell you.
Let's see, you can
this
keep your
girl is
food.
telling me she's loyal to the game, you know.
She's loyal to the game. We're not talking about loyal to the game. We're talking about loyal
Bro,
to. We're talking about being loyal to your husband and your marriage.
Listen.
All right. There's a difference, my
Asylum.
lady.
Right.
All right.
I'm not talking about where a situation where you have not spoken to your wife about it, you know. Listen to me, well.
All right. You're speaking to your wife about it.
You like.
So
listen.
Give me an example. Hold on. I get where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Give me an example of how you would approach your wife and say, let her know, babes, I ain't cutting it on my end, so you got to go and cut it.
All right. First of all, I would get a copy of all our unpaid bills.
Right.
And I'd be like, babe, we owe Cots that amount. We owe Flo that amount. We owe Digicel that for that. Where else that have bills? This is our monthly groceries for thing. Our child need books for school. And really and truly, you know my situation. You know what it has been like. Right? Is there anything we could do about it, babes? And that's me talking to my woman.
Right.
So like, Karim, I know we've tried everything. You know, it's really not working out for us. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do. I'm like, but babes.
Here's a suggestion.
But babes.
I want to suggest.
So watch me. You have to do the classic. So, I was walking by La Place Carénage. And, this guy was, I think he's a rich white man. I think he had a Rolex on his hand or something, And he's telling me that he needs, he would love to meet up with some St. Lucian woman to have a good time with. She'd be like, what do you mean a good time? I'm like, well, have a good time with. And the man tell me he like going to drop like 10 grand US. Just if you just spend the day with him and do whatever he wants. What do you think, baby? At that point, right, it goes from my decision to hers.
Right.
Now, I have stated my point. I am telling my woman that we could draw that 10 grand in a day and clear all our bills and live good. Because, here's the thing, right?
You're not a man.
Pause.
You're not a man.
No, listen, here's the thing.
Man. You know what you are? A manicu.
Oh, let me tell you. People love to eat manico.
You're a manicu.
People love to eat manico.
Only
Stew
Creole
manico.
time.
Only Creole time. All time. Now listen. Here's the thing, right?
You're a manicu.
I would not. You are.
Listen. I hope for my sake you don't cross paths with none of my daughters, eh? Because trust me, I would hospitalize you,
bro.
I would hospitalize you.
No. Listen.
I would hospitalize.
I already have your older kids in St. Lucia.
My brother. No.
Well, good for them.
Good for you.
But listen, no.
Good for you,
bro. If I die, I
good
die.
For you.
But listen to me. Here's what makes it even more interesting, right? Right? Here's what makes it more interesting. It's not like the guy looking for a full-blown relationship.
Yeah, but
listen, bro. This guy is just gonna hit and leave.
All right.
How is that?
Okay, so he hits and he leaves, right?
Yeah.
He hits and he leaves. You get the 10 grand. You clear off your bills. You still ain't get a job. You still ain't working. 6 months down the road, you're back in the same position.
No, bro. We get more clients.
Boy.
Simple. Listen. Let me tell you something. It's not a matter of me, It's we against the world. My woman and I against we are teaming up, to provide a future for our kids.
So you go and sell yourself to a rich white man.
So listen.
Go and sell yourself to
listen. Why me sell myself? Listen, fire for that.
You go and
if a rich white woman come,
you go and do.
If a rich white woman come,
you go and do what a rich white man wants you to do for a day,
bro.
Go and do it.
Listen. No. Fire for that.
Fire for you.
Listen to that.
Fire for you.
Listen to that. Asylum.
Let me hear what Jules have to say.
Before that, man. Let me just say.
You go and make the sacrifice.
Let me just say.
And bring the cheese home.
I'm not talking about no rich white man for me.
Oh.
If a rich white woman now come and tell me she want to experience the
But
solution
the
sausage.
chances of that happening is a lot less, right?
It's less, but it's possible, eh?
It is
Listen,
possible.
right?
So
Now,
in the-
it's not no man for me.
So
Fire for that.
why is it that you're running from that?
Fire for that.
So
Now,
let me
listen,
ask you. So
if a rich white
it was
woman,
if it was a man,
if it was a man
let's say it was a man.
to provide for my kids,
Yes.
it's okay, they'll die. No. Hello. Listen, is it making sense to take care of my kids and I can't walk, you know?
You're a hypocrite, my brother. You're a hypocrite.
How am I a hypocrite?
You're manicu.
Bro,
You're a
listen,
manicu.
listen. That you go
are-
make me
you
raise a
are-
topic
you
that
are-
we can't raise.
No, raise it up.
That's how
It's the breakfast fit.
women are naturally designed to take, you know. Men are not.
Well, boy, if you have for better or for worse, you're making a sacrifice for your family.
Oh, what?
So then that's what I'm trying to say.
And that's what I tell you.
What you wouldn't do, you would have your wife do.
No, but listen, that's why I'm telling you.
Is that,
If a
what
rich
kind of
white
man is-
woman,
What kind of man are you, guys?
if a rich white
What
woman,
kind of man are you?
huh?
What kind of man are
A
you?
mango.
More than,
That's the kind of man I am. A mango.
I think there's more mangoes out there who can stand a little firmer than you can.
Bro, let me tell you. If a rich white
Listen,
woman approach
miraculous,
me and be like,
miraculous.
excuse me, I'm trying to experience
that's
the
not gonna
solution
happen.
sausage.
That's not. Without money, you would do it.
Huh?
Without,
No, you're mad. You're mad.
Without a cause, you do it.
I must stay faithful to my woman, bro.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
Really. But
Listen.
if money is involved, you're not breaking the faith.
If money is involved, I'll explain to her what's going on.
Oh, boy. Chances are you
Listen.
ain't
Communication
Chances are.
is the most important
It
part
is.
of any relationship.
It is, but when
Bro.
you're trying to tell me that you would have your wife do something that you yourself would not do,
I wouldn't
in
do
order
it
to
if a
put
man-
food on the table, it doesn't matter. If the man come to you,
No,
then
bro.
maybe you should take on the job
No,
and
bro.
then bring the money home.
No, bro. No, bro. No, bro.
No, bro.
No, bro.
And then you'd have to get your wife involved in your nastiness.
No, bro. Listen. As you missing, Listen.
All right.
you're missing an important factor in it. The wife agrees, you know. That's
But,
the
but
thing.
why take it so far? Why not just deal with it yourself and bring home the money?
The man don't
Because
want me, bro.
the time you take to leave, but time you take to go home and explain all that to her, you could just do it. You have to do and just bring the money home. You know,
The man don't want me, bro.
doesn't want you.
No.
Yeah.
He wants the solution bacon. I have sausage.
He wants the solution bacon.
I have sausage. He want bacon.
My brother.
If a rich white woman now
My
come
brother.
and tell me,
If
excuse
Listen to
me,
me.
I would like some sausage.
any woman who agree with you there this morning saying that their husband, if they're in that bad a shape financially, and their husband come to them with a proposal like that they would accept it, that's not a woman to me.
Well, bro. Okay. Let me clear the air.
That's not a woman.
I'm just being devil's advocate.
No. You
Honestly,
you're right. I
I'm
know.
being devil's advocate
Pressure
because
coming down on you, you know.
both of us cannot agree. You understand?
Right.
We have to show both sides of it.
Right. Fact of the matter is, right, at the end of the day, you exhaust every means possible to put food on the table. Now, granted, there are some fellas out there who are trying their very best, you know,
They are.
working hard. And the women just feel that what they bring in is not enough, so they go and they do their own thing on the side to bring in the money, the extra cash. Here's the thing. It never really amounts to anything because you're continuously always broke.
Yeah. Now,
Because you're not doing it,
Yeah.
you're doing something that's wrong.
I agree with you. Now, I will say this, right? Now, like I said, I was playing devil's advocate, right? Really and truly, I will not give my wife for anything,
All right.
right? Because
I'm hoping that you
I
won't.
believe there are things, some things are more important than money, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? And as much as money is important, I believe that fostering healthy relationships within your family, your kids and yourself, that is more important. Because here's what, right? This not only affects your public image. You understand? It affects your kids.
And
Imagine your children going to school and it's like, hey, that boy mother, I'm renting for a white man. Bro, that's
it wouldn't
crazy.
go down that far.
No.
Yeah.
It will happen. Because kids nowadays have no bricks.
True. I
You understand?
I agree with you.
Like, for example, guys, the kids make kids feel so bad at school. Like, a child's father could be a sanitary engineer.
That's the term. That's the term
exactly,
for it,
right? And the child would go to school. Shut up, your father picking up garbage.
Yeah.
You
I had
understand?
an experience.
So just imagine if the child, your mother selling bacon for white man.
I had an experience
Bro.
a few weeks ago a few months ago on a bus. A couple of kids on the back seat, and they're having this big people conversation about how many boyfriends. One said, "My mommy, she have 3 boyfriends," and they kept going on and on and on. And I tell you, there's adults on the bus that wanted to tell these kids to shut up, but everybody was afraid because the conversation was so big that you were afraid that one of these children would tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Right, so I get that, but at the same time, if I ended up in a situation where I rented my wife for just to feed the family, trust me, nobody's going to know about that.
Now, that's
I
the thing.
myself will
I would
feel
do it
so.
discreetly.
I will feel so embarrassed to even discuss it after if she agreed.
Okay.
After that initial conversation, I'd be ashamed to discuss it.
Now here's the thing. Here's a question.
I didn't even want to see the money.
Here's a question.
I wouldn't even want to see the money.
Here's a question.
Go and do what you have to do, pay the
Right.
bills, whatever.
Have you ever been to a strip club? Be honest.
Yes, I have.
Okay, all right, cool. Right? Let's say by some stroke of madness, your woman decides to be a stripper. How would you handle that?
I don't believe that a woman gets up now for now and say, "Look, I'm in a relationship and I want to be."
It's not now for now.
No,
she's been thinking about it.
No, but I don't
That's been
believe
a-
that. Like
Bro.
most of the people that
Stop thinking like a
hold on.
real person,
But
man.
I am thinking like a real person. Somebody has to, right?
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
most women that end up doing that have been through a lot of trauma in their life.
You say that?
Yes. Some of them were sexually abused as kids. Well, abused is one of the most prevalent reasons for these women going into the lifestyle they do. And usually with especially girls being abused, there's usually some sort of reward that is a perceived reward. Whether it's money or if it depends on how old the child is, things.
Right.
You know? So they're used to doing things that they themselves learn over time is wrong, but because there's a reward to it, they do it.
Okay.
Most times when you go into a strip club, the women there have been through hell and back. They're desensitized. They're not doing it because they're fully conscious and they understand and they're aware.
I think a lot of them are, you know, especially
Exactly.
in 2019.
A lot of them are.
No, when I say
So-
I mean they are
Conscious?
very conscious of what they're doing.
Because the perception of a woman these days have changed.
Right. Now
we have symbolized women
Listen,
now.
I'm not talking about a case where women are being kidnapped and forced into
Forced
it. You know.
into
I'm
it.
not
Right,
talking about
right,
that.
Right.
I'm talking about a consenting woman. Because similarly, right, it would be the same for a woman doing porn.
Right.
A consenting adult, right, has chosen to do that.
So you believe in your mind that when a woman decides to bear it all for money, that she's in her full faculties?
Yeah. Bro, let me tell you, we cannot assume.
Listen, that's why when you go to the strip clubs, the women there, they and I don't mean to put anyone down there. Some of the nastiest looking women you can see, full of tattoos. They're smoking weed. They're drinking. They're trying to numb themselves from the feeling of being there doing that derogatory thing.
Yeah,
they know it. So,
listen,
so they use the
granted.
drugs. They use the drugs and that kind of stuff to take them away from where they are. So they're not doing it because they want to do it or they're in the,
Right.
in the
Now,
full
now
frame of
listen,
mind.
granted, I agree with you to an extent. I do believe that there are women who are forced into it. And when I say forced into it, I mean by society's standards of what to provide. For them, that's the final resort.
To provide for their
To provide for the children or whatever the case is. Don't get me wrong. I see credibility in that.
Good morning to the ladies. Let me tell you. Good morning to the ladies in the market right now.
Yeah?
Those women, right?
But you're not going to let me finish.
Hold
my
on,
point,
I'm going to get to you. I'm going to give you time. Those women, most of them do a job that most of society look down on. Being a market vendor, you're from a poor community or from a poor family, and you work hard in the garden to come in the market on the mornings to sell to make $1 to feed your family. But guess what? You don't see none of them selling themselves. You don't see them, ducking in under the bush to sleep with a man for money. They work hard by the sweat.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that.
There's some women, I see women walking around with a little box selling a cigarette and selling, peanuts, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay. I agree.
Pride is what sends
I agree.
a lot of women into.
I agree.
Uh-huh.
But those women, in spite of the fact, listen, first of all, a market vendor is not a lowly job, bro.
I'm just saying that society has it.
Right?
But if you're
it
in the market,
really isn't. Them people
if
making
you
more
see-
money than the bank
Damn,
tellers.
damn right they do.
The bank
Damn
tellers
right they
that
do,
going
because
to
you know
work
why?
in the shit and tie.
You know why they're being blessed like that? It's because they do it the honest way.
And not just that too, because food will always sell, bro.
You
You understand?
The Almighty is blessing them.
Right? Now,
Because they're doing it the honest way.
right. Now, listen to me. You
When their
understand?
husband's passed in town, you don't have to hang his head.
Yeah, I agree with that. Don't get me
Alright.
wrong,
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But don't forget the generation of women. How many young women you know? I'm talking about young women of this generation, about my age, Aloe age. Aloe, I call you Aloe,
Jills.
my bad. Jills. I'm sorry, I deeply apologize
He
for
didn't hear
calling you
you. So
Aloe.
he-
Okay, all right. You understand?
Yeah.
How many young women you know at my age would sit by the market and sell? As a matter of
Because
fact,
guess what?
how many of those young women you know that will actually cook a meal for them to go to work?
You know why?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because this day and age, they like things easy.
Right.
That
Which
is
is
too much
why.
work
Which is
to
why.
go into the market
Listen. Which is why
and sit there in
those
the
same
hot
girls
sun on the
will make a conscious decision
Uh-huh.
to strip. Because listen, don't forget,
Look,
people
there's a
do
difference,
things
It's
because
not
they.
because you're poverty stricken that you can't have pride.
I say no, because most
Right,
poor people
right.
have pride in the first place.
Exactly, and that's why they're where they are.
Right.
Right. On the most part, right, I believe, honestly, I do believe that even if a young girl decides to follow a friend who keep telling about how much money she makes in one night, and she decides to try it, there's gonna be a time when they use the drugs and the alcohol and stuff like that
All right.
to numb that feeling.
Here's the point of view,
Uh.
right? Just like men go into drugs for fast money,
Right.
I believe that a woman would go into prostitution and stripping for fast money.
Well,
It's the equivalent.
But it's always been that through the test of time, though.
Yeah.
You
It's the
understand me?
equivalent.
It's always been. I mean,
Now-
prostitution is one of the oldest
Occupations.
occupations.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about it.
Right. And what I'm telling you is that there are people
And it's no different
within
today.
their logic and their full sense would willingly do it.
You see, but there's a difference between that and a husband and wife agreeing for the wife to do it.
But that's
to
the
put
thing,
food on
bro.
the table.
Listen,
there's a difference.
Again,
A lot of times when women decide to do these things, they have no attachment.
right now, I would like to draw reference to our
the
age
person-
difference in that regard.
Right.
Not to call you old or anything.
No, I'm old.
You are old.
Yes,
You're
I'm old.
Very
I'm
old.
proud of it.
You're
too, my
very,
age. You know what?
very
age brings,
old.
Age brings knowledge.
Dinosaur old.
Yeah.
All right. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just agree that you grew up in a different era. In a different...
Yeah,
you grew up in an era where when a man decides that's the woman he with, that is the woman he with for life.
Right.
You understand? He will have every other woman on the side.
But that's his
But
woman.
that's
That-
the
that's
woman
that-
he going back to.
Yeah.
You understand? He'll have 15 outside children, but that's the woman he's seeing.
Right.
We grew up seeing that because I grew up seeing that with my parents. Fortunately, right, my dad has no outside kids, and my mom and dad has been married for 37 years.
Kudos.
You understand? And right, that's amazing to me. To me, that's amazing seeing them married for so long, because my father say he ain't married to divorce. He ain't married for nothing. Do what you want. I here with you.
Right.
That is the state and mentality of women and men that we had growing up.
back in the-
And listen, them people before they girl turn 18, them man there, them man grasp you and take care of you.
Right.
It's not a case where, let's just see where this goes. No, a man comes and say, "Yo, I want to marry your daughter," and that's that. That's what you grew up in. However, bro, in our generation, I'm talking about me now, it's completely different, right? First of all, people meet the love of their life within 2 weeks of talking to them. You understand? And before any contention come, they leave.
Right.
So nobody gives true diligence to any relationship whatsoever. So a man coming to his woman in this day and age and asking her to sell herself to provide for the family really and truly isn't far-fetched.
I do hope it's not something that's rampant though.
No,
Because,
and that's the thing. You will never know because of the dynamic of relationships.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people who are in relationships
again,
with each other
we had a caller on
are
Friday.
not in relationships with each other.
We had a caller on Friday that says that she has 2 fellas and the fellas don't
and
know
both of
about
them
each
know.
other.
Because that is the dynamic of relationships that we're living in. People don't hide no more to be, can I say, what?
No.
Okay. People, how can I put, sexually available.
Right.
Right? You understand? A lot of women don't hide to be sexually available. And they'll proudly tell you, I have a man to pay my bills, I have a man to do my nails, I have a man to do my hair. And that's the world. I've never seen a generation more proud to promote promiscuity. I've never seen it.
And I agree with you. Again, it's just that what I feel that there's a age bracket for this type of thing. I mean, once you've done all of that and decide that, look, it's time for me to settle down, then that really should be the focus. That should be the focus. You know, that definitely should be the focus. You see too many people claim they settle down, they live in house, but you know they have people all over the place.
Now, even going more into it, right? Would you date a stripper? Somebody, I'm not talking about somebody you have known, somebody you just met,
Right.
right?
And then you find out that
genuinely met the person,
and then you find
and in
out
talking to you, they boldly tell you, "Well, I'm
This is what I
an
do.
exotic dancer and I work at that club."
I'm not. I've never been one for people who, you know, who live that type of life. I rather a more reserved type of woman, right?
Now, and that's the thing. Asylum,
and that's
right?
the thing.
Let me just go further and say, you know, it's a nice girl. That's the thing, right?
Nice as in
A nice girl, a nice young lady, well dressed, sitting down at rituals, reading a book, a very interesting book at that.
right.
I'm talking about face value here. You ain't never see the girl. You understand? You don't know the girl from nowhere. You see a nice young lady,
And
well dressed,
You walk up to your
beautiful.
approach,
I'm not talking about those strippers you talk about with the million tattoos.
But
And
that's what I'm saying. But the majority of the
not
the
majority,
so-called
bro.
strippers
You're mad.
now,
Not them days there.
the majority of the strippers today,
Not them days there.
they're always marketing themselves. When they go out with nothing on, and you can always tell.
Right. And I'm telling you about those who do that by night, and in the day they're the most normal people you could ever imagine.
I've never come across those
Right?
ones.
So you go up to that girl and you're like, "Hello, young lady, how you doing?" You know, or whatever you tell the women. You understand? Or you just tell them, "Look me, I'm asylum." I don't know what you do. You understand?
jeez.
Right? And you know, you the girl has good conversation, and the girl is smart, and you're like, that girl's smart, eh? And you keep talking and you keep talking, and you'll go on a first date. You know, things nice. You'll go on a second date. Things nice. I mean, nothing ain't rushed. Yeah, no sex, nothing. You know, things nice. And then, you know, just happen to ask her, "What do you do for a living?" And without any hesitation, she tell you, "Well, I'm a stripper at this club," and so on and so forth. What would you do? Don't forget, you like the girl already. Eh?
Yeah, I could unlike her too.
You could unlike her too.
Yeah.
But then that's
No,
you.
no,
So,
no,
okay.
I would because me personally,
Yeah.
I'm very greedy.
You're very
What's
greedy.
mine is mine.
Okay.
All right, and I don't think I can bring myself around to accepting the fact that, you know, other men are watching and can touch and all that stuff of a person that I have interest in. So what I would do nicely, I would distance myself very, very slowly from her.
Wouldn't you consider that being shallow though?
No, it's not. I know,
Why?
but I know who I am, and that's a part of me says that I am not going to date somebody who's a stripper or who's known as, because I'm a pridey kind of guy. I want to walk down in Castries with my girl next to me and not have everybody go, but that's what you do.
Now, And again, you know, that's why I'm asking.
And here in St. Lucia, you can get that very fast.
Well, I mean, St. Lucia is small.
Is it?
St. Lucia is small. Like, hey,
On that side
damn
of
it.
the world.
No, but at the same time, right?
Like you hit the head, man.
Listen, at the same time, what if it's such that, you know, now fellas giving you props, like, boy, that man that chicken, that stripper, that man must be getting it good.
Just the whole thought of him putting the word stripper in the sentence is enough for me to shake my head and say no. Yeah, I'd find an easy way out of that one really fast.
And I mean,
again,
I'm saying that to draw a reference to the fact that how the dynamic of relationships have changed.
I've changed, yeah.
Right? Here's the shock I had of my life. Right? I was following this adult actress.
Right.
And by adult actress, I'm hoping that my listeners understand what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Right? On Instagram. And then, boom, I saw she was getting married.
Yeah, to each his own.
And now listen to me, right?
Lucians, old people, we're talking about Guam one time.
Yeah.
Old people have a saying, every slice of bread,
have it cheese.
Have it cheese.
Now,
even Jules, we have hope for Jules at some point in his life.
Right? Now, here's what happens, eh? I'm talking about from my perspective.
Right.
There I am looking at this adult actress getting married. And I'm saying to myself, what kind of man does it take to really marry a girl
that does
that for a living?
Yeah.
Furthermore, right? Let's fast forward 6 months. She's pregnant. You understand? With a kid.
Right.
So there I'm asking myself,
how do you know that?
How does one live with the fact that your child have to grow up?
It takes a special kind of
knowing that mommy
have movies out there.
Have several movies out there.
Yeah.
Daddy know about it too. And at some point, I as a son may end up coming across it.
Fortunately for these people, they have networks to shelter their children from these things, at least until a certain age.
It's
right?
crazy now.
But the thing is, again, it takes a special kind of guy to knowingly walk down the aisle with someone who has been a porn star, if you want to put it that way. Or,
I was trying to avoid that too.
Well, no, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Or for a guy who knows that the person he is about to marry has been extremely promiscuous in the community. Everybody knows that, you know, there's no
she provides community service. That's
so, you know, you really have to because the thing is about that is while I believe everyone's not the same, once you're used to a certain lifestyle, it is really hard to turn from it.
It really is.
Yeah. So if you have if you get married to someone who you know has been very promiscuous and is known for that, chances are the ring on the finger isn't gonna change her from being that way.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. And that's why you have to accept people as they are for who they are.
But the thing is, you have to be a special kind of guy, like I said, because
yeah.
guess what? Every time you leave home for work, your mind's gonna wonder what she doing there, boy.
No, not even that. You think it's like, and okay, here's the case, right? What if you marry that girl and she still keeps her day job, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. Because she's so used to it, it's gonna be
hard. No. I'm not talking about like when I say literally keep. Like for example, they married on the basis that she's a porn star, I'm a businessman. You understand? I go to work at my company and I handle my, and she goes to work.
Whilst I believe that there are people who can actually carve out arrangements to carve out, if it's business, it's business. And for some of these porn stars, believe it or not, it is business.
It is. It really is.
They get a contract, they sign it, they get paid, they do what they have to do,
and then that's it.
There's no looking back.
And it's really acting for them.
Right.
It's literally.
But to say you live in Marshall. Let's just say Marsha for once.
Yeah. So why you say Dennery instead?
All right, let's say Dennery.
I like Dennery.
Let's say Dennery. Yeah. In your neighborhood. Where's your neighborhood? Guavin. And everybody knows that this young lady, for instance, is very promiscuous.
I know one.
You bring her home to your mother. First of all, your mother already hear all them stories. Everybody already know all them stories.
I will not do that.
Okay. So you see my point. Do I need to go any further? Do I need to go any further?
Go further.
All right.
So I bring her home.
You bring her home.
Because love is love.
And you say to yourself,
I say to my mommy,
Mom,
that girl I see.
I go and get married to that. She's not gonna bless you. Your mother's not gonna say, you know what, okay, son, I'm happy for you. You're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
First thing she's gonna say is that she's gonna just say what she had to say to you in Creole and walk away.
Tout moun ha we from long so.
Yeah, and walk away.
You understand what I just said?
I don't need to because I just feeling mom right now. And guess what? You yourself, you're gonna get all kinds of talks from your boys. I mean, not that these things matter, because there are people who have gone ahead and gotten married without their parents' blessing, because they felt that they were doing the right thing for them. And if that's the case, then kudos to you. But I'm telling you, you'll never be able to rest easy.
Yeah, bro. But
there's a lot of strain that's gonna come on.
Again, bro. I want to highlight the difference in dynamics of relationship as time has moved on.
Right. So you're saying that people are more acceptable to these
yes,
things? Yes,
people are more acceptable to craziness.
Y'all crazy.
Listen. Getting a traditional...
Younger folks, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but majority of the young people, they head no good.
No, and that's the thing, right? That is the point I was just coming to make.
These desensitized.
You understand?
And that's why you have these things like where, you know, when something happens, accidents happen, somebody's dead, dying, and instead of trying to help, they pull out the phone because people don't care anymore.
Right, but what I'm telling you,
signs of the last time, the Bible speaks about it, eh?
Yeah, and even that, bro. Let me tell you something, eh? As much as we have this platform and we peddle our views and our ideologies, really and truly, a lot of people don't subscribe to those things.
No, they don't.
And that's the truth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
We have gotten to a place now where everyone looks out for their own self.
Yeah. And furthermore,
I'm looking for my skin. That's it.
And furthermore,
as long as I'm okay, that matters.
People are more concerned with hype and clout than anything
else.
So, like for example, it's very difficult to get a traditional girl, and by traditional girl, I mean a girl who would love to be taken out on a date, a girl who would love the romance of taking a long, slow walk with you, where you try to sweet talk her. I'm talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now the girls, they're rare.
Sweet talk me by my KFC instead, man.
Exactly, and they're rare. They are existent, but they're rare.
Don't waste time on sweet talk. Buy me a...
Now you have a case where fellas approach girls on that basis. Anything, you buy me lunch today.
Well, you see, that's what's going on.
You understand? Like how many fellas and girls would do a breakfast date? You understand what I'm telling you?
True.
How many fellas go be and tell a girl, hey, what's up? Let's do lunch today. Most fellas, when they see, and I going back to a point, most fellas, when they link up with girls, is late in it about after 9, after they, they be like, yo, what's up? What you up to? Low link up. You understand? And them girls accept that as relationship.
Guess what? Because KFC opens
until 10, 11. You understand?
Just laugh the boy.
Man with ride, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? We have reached a point where our relationships are limited to, hey, I need a ride to wherever. Can you drop me, please?
Right.
And then, hey, I'm ready to go home. Can you come pick me back up? Yeah. And then the guy meeting like, hey, before we eating, they'll pack somewhere and talk.
Yeah.
And if they don't like the T, they put the F. You understand?
Right.
And that's what we live in. So I'm drawing all of that to bring back to the point where it's not far-fetched that a man would let his wife sleep with a man for money. Family. It's not far-fetched. It's crazy.
As much as
it freaks you out, I know.
As much as I hate to believe that there's any men out there who would actually do that. Yes, you're right. There's a few people out there who would probably do that. But in the meantime, I don't see myself falling in that category. And if I'm ever with somebody and I know that they stepped out of me just for money, I really
let's flip the script. Right? If you're a woman meets a woman and tell her, your woman, that she's looking to have a good time with a man, and she comes to you and tell you, well, Asylum, this woman is offering that kind of money.
Wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't happen?
It wouldn't get that far.
Are you doing it?
Okay, I'm just joking. That matter go doing it. It wouldn't get that far. My woman would not do that.
Your woman wouldn't do that. But you never know, bro.
No, I know. And that's the thing. That's the key. You have to know the person.
Now, would you ask your woman for a threesome?
Would I? As in future, or maybe sometime in the past I would have?
Both.
It has crossed my mind a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just men being being.
What's the difference?
No,
though?
but you see, men have a tendency to like to have things their way.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get away with something, we will try to get away with it. Once, twice, how many times? We'll always try to get away with it. It's not something that really interests me anymore.
Okay.
Honestly, when you get to a certain age, you grow up.
Jules, does that interest you?
Of course it does.
Having intercourse with 2 women at a time.
Yes, it does.
There you go.
It does.
And that's
Okay.
what happens with
Can
you.
you
I'm sure you would say yes too.
What?
You would say yes.
Not
Would I?
anybody.
Yes.
Would I?
I would have to agree.
All right,
to
so
see
we know what that
Listen,
means.
the only way I'd know if I will say yes is if 2 girls come and join me, then I'll know what I'll do. So if any girl want to know my reaction to it,
Ah, boy.
just bring a friend and we'll find out.
Just about 11 minutes on to the hour.
Yeah, well, 10 o'clock.
Let's take some music.
Music?
Yeah. Let's take some music. But I definitely will not be taking my wife and sell her to nobody, whether white or black or green or blue for money.
Red and yellow, black
That's
and white.
not-
I did not
would
precious
do
in
that.
my sight.
Yes. Would never do that.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that either, to be honest. Just to add clear the air, I would not sell my woman.
No matter
for
how
anything.
bad things are.
Not woman, not sell, not rent, not borrow, not.
Yeah, nothing.
Let me tell you, from time a next man watch my woman, I don't feel in a kind of way.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right.
I'm not saying I'm insecure, but fellas,
You're
fellas
insecure.
crazy.
You're insecure.
No,
You're insecure.
I'm not Jules.
All right, Sid Lucia locked on to the audio hits 92.1 out of 1.1, the maximum music authority. It is the breakfast fete. That's how we do it, man. Would you, no matter if things got really rough with you at home, would you have your wife spend time with another man for money to, Yeah. Answer me.
Watch them. Rinse them. I tried them. Lift them. Watch them. Rinse them. I tried them. Gade yande non ka try fe go fam. Gaha. Before you move yo tout ka descend. Gaha. C'est pour ça c'est boucle la chou cat man. Gaha. Bou de PM la tête pour rubber van. Gaha.
Obinya waya, ya ujebia, panisa. Ya waya usi, obinya waya, ya ujebia, panisa. Ya waya usi, obinya waya, ya ujebia, panisa. Waya usi, obinya waya, ya utebia, panisa.
Kisa, ai, do céu, show, gas. Seguida velho, ai, pagai a cabeça, seguida velho, ai, pagai a cabeça, seguida velho, ai, pagai a cabeça, seguida velho, ai. Lepa, lepa, lepa,
C'est pas la peine péter des tours. En fait, t'es comment et puis laisser aller faire avec. Pas besoin ni rien. Il te mène à dans l'idée. Les autres sont mis en sa descente. Les belles en mer, j'étais coadant. Carnaval arrivé, c'est pas la peine péter des tours. On y met des corps en sofa. Et puis laisser aller faire sa fête. Pas besoin ni rien. Que mène à dans l'idée. Les autres sont mis en ta descente. Les belles en mer, j'étais coadant. Levez la main, tout le monde, levez la main. Et tout pété, gardez, on fait les fort. Les amis, tout le monde.
Monsieur Yéyé le dernier. On demande de vous utiliser maman du genre.
Tout le monde, s'il vous plaît, levez la main.
Ouais, c'est exactement ça. Monsieur Léon, s'il vous plaît, à la guitare. Est-ce que vous pouvez m'envoyer une idée du genre? Clang, 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 clang. Allez-moi. C'est ça même. Monsieur le bassiste, allez voir quand on peut faire moi, s'il te plaît. Essayez de vous une idée du genre. Ils sont là, ils bâtissent. Mes amis, 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 mes amis. Melku na mani, melku na manu. Melku na mani, melku na manu. Melku na mani, melku na manu. Pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta, pop. Kuluta,
Suela non sandoli a côté comme ma bouilla saute pas à danser sur le calé. Suela non sandoli a côté comme ma bouilla saute pas collé c'est souhait nous calé pour souhait pas collé décollé. Suela non sandoli a côté comme ma bouilla saute pas à danser souhait que nous calé pour souhait pas collé décollé. Non sandoli à côté comme ma.
St. Lucia's latest radio drama.
This man is making me crazy. I cannot deal with this.
With bien fait, I write.
I just can't with all of these responsibilities.
Every Monday.
I hear the truth. And you perpetuating them kind of nastiness.
St. Lucia's latest hot radio drama.
C'est mon âme, c'est Dr. Sigwe qui a invité à sous Hits FM. Limoa c'est 92.1 et puis 91.1. Quittez c'est mon âme parler tous les bons matins, lundi pour venir vendredi à 6h pour 8h les bons matins. Quittez c'est mon âme parler à sous Hits FM. Côté Dr. Sigwe, côté tout téléphone call qu'il point ou répondre question. On parler à sous Hits FM.
Giving thanks for life. Philippians 1:21, to live is Christ, to die is gain. Those who are despondent, depressed, frustrated, suicidal out there, those who feel like there is no way out, there's a way out to the word of the Most High Yard. Join me, Brother John, Monday to Friday for the living word that will bring infused life into your soul. There are more psychologists, more psychiatrists, more prisons, yet more problems. Christ is the answer. Join me on Hits FM, 92.1 FM, 91.1 FM from Monday to Friday at 6 to 7 a.m. for the word of life. Yeah, bless.
Join me, Asylum, and Suzette Monday to Thursday from 11 to 12 for Man vs. Woman.
Join us for exciting, controversial topics that are thought-provocative and deals with everyday men and women's situation. Join us on Hits FM 92.1 and 91.1 and GVD TV, channel 115.
Man vs. Woman.
No, it's woman versus man.
Man versus woman, I say.
I'm saying it's woman versus man.
Join us Monday to Thursday from 11 to 12.
Whether I'm in St. Lucia or in St. Vincent, the Eastern Caribbean, I tune in to the #1 radio station, Hits FM. This is how we do music.
So why, baby, you could never do me wrong. Nothing that you do could let me down. Only you could whine and dip and make me stronger. Go longer. Cause I'm up to my neck in problems, and only you could solve them. Cause baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical, I don't wanna let go. Some would say that you are a problem, but I welcome I want this problem. Yes, baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. So why, baby, you could never do me wrong. Nothing that you do could let me down. Only you could whine and dip and make me stronger. Go longer. Cause I'm up to my neck in problems, and only you could solve them. Cause baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical, I don't wanna let go. Someone say that you are a problem, but I welcome I want this problem. Yes, baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical. Like you catch me with a love potion and I wasn't ready. I'm going through with emotions and I'm feeling giddy. I don't know what's on the commotion, cause I cool with it. I will sit right down in your ocean. Give me the love potion, come put it on me. Alright, slow it down, bring your body back up for me. Alright, roll it now, you can get the support on me. You got what I need solutions, and I found it with you, yes. Cause I'm up to my neck in problems, and only you could solve them. Cause baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical, I don't wanna let go. Some would say that you are a problem, but I welcome I want this problem. Yes, baby, the wine you got there, it's so magical. Like you catch me with a love potion and I wasn't ready. And I'm going through with emotion.
what I want. And I go wine if I feel like. And I go live how I want. Hey, so I go take a little drink. And I go do what I want. And I go wine if I feel like. Hey, I go live how I want. Angle bang. What a da bang. Angle bang. Have a little money in my pocket 'cause I just got paid. I could do a little more, but I so now I'm stepping out to a party. Trouble when I link up with my friends and family. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we act it up. We just live it, mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we act it up. So I go take a little drink and I go do what I want. And I go wine if I feel like. And I go live how I want. Hey, so I go take a little drink and I go do what I want. Angle bang. Have a little money in my pocket 'cause I just got paid. I could do it a little more, but I still irate. So stepping out to a party. Trouble when I link up with my friends and family. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up.
Hits FM 92.1. Them from what we and the bad station. You know how we in the bad West suit to represent.
Everybody see me and they say we act it up.
Tonight is your night. It's your one, baby. Tonight is your night. Good morning. Tonight is your night. It's your one, baby. What you like? Why know you please me? Do what you want with me tonight.
not all the time. Sometimes. Woman, you called 10 times yesterday, 10 more again today. Think you can program but I live my own damn life. Seems like you want more than company. Can't tell in friends and family.
You are now locked into Hits FM.
Don't get things twisted, baby.
My name is Steve Knight, and I approve this message.
More than what we already have. Keeping it simple. Don't expect no more than what we already have. Keeping it simple. Yeah. Girl, you already have a man, but I can be your sometime. Baby, call me sometime, not all the time. So, girl, you already have a man, but I can be yours. Baby, call me, but not all the time. So, you take a wine with me sometime. You take a grind with me sometime. You can vibe with me sometime. But
Can you handle it? NMG. You say you are me number 9. Begging me for a ride. Is one night you are trying. I'm feeling you, but I don't know why. Is it the look in your eyes? Or you holding me tight? Yeah. Baby, this is your chance. Yeah, the spotlight is on you. Now you have my attention, do what you want to. You have my permission to touch me. Do all the things you tell me, don't hold back now. Permission to walk me. Deal with me, body, don't hold back. Step in the spotlight. You got me feeling I want in you. Step in the spotlight. Feel the heat now coming true. Step in the spotlight. You got me thinking I want in you. Step in the spotlight. Know the heat blazing there.
couple party I went to vent till last Wednesday. But I could tell that something was missing. Them yell on the side and pull up. I set a hot girl thing in a corner. Man studying to play big ball.
And it's just a little 15 minutes after the hour of 10.
Me a walk, only so cafe.
Don't forget you tuned into Hits FM 92.1 and 90.1. The maximum music authority.
Me a walk, only so cafe.
You're listening to sound selected by the man that DJ drills, and we're in there in the morning.
I'm feeling so cafetish. I need some so cafetish. I'm feeling so cafetish.
I hope you guys got a very good weekend.
I'm feeling so cafetish.
You know, you had a very relaxing weekend.
I'm feeling so cafetish.
Or if not, you had a turn-up weekend, you know. This is the start of a new weekend. We're just shelling it down, you know, very light. Recovery Mondays, we call it, you know.
I tell some of them come out no place, dog. Tell them it's only love we embrace, dog. Under all the love you get it at the ones who love to hate. And under all of the feelings at the ones who love to fake.
Yes, our DJ giving you some good new music.
Not everyone is your friend, your friend.
Every day is soca season in the Caribbean.
Yeah, full of the ones who don't want to see you elevate.
Let me tell you, I can never disagree. I could never agree with anybody that's saying soca is season. No? Let me tell you, what? Right there.
Wherever you want,
go to my grave to support this thing, yeah. Push this up and over. I go walk like slave to build up this thing, yeah. Push this up and over. No season, it's a full-time thing, yeah. Watch out for the vibes that we bring, yeah. So come out to reach Broadway. Don't surprise when the billboard chart, yeah. Some of them that are stop the thing, but I come out here to walk it. Tell you some of them that are stuck, but I come out here to walk it. Right now, so I'm begin a knife for the shot to the right of the construction.
I have a man and a compass looking for China, looking for China, looking for China. Red suit and a atlas looking for China, looking for China, looking for China. True blast with a con. Looking for China, looking for China. How much things where you run past looking for China, looking for China, looking for China. China, Far East. Rite of passage. Every human on earth. I'm a train. To pick up the self. I have a man and a compass looking for China. Looking for China. Looking for China. Red suit and a atlas looking for China. Looking for China. Looking for China. True blast with a cutlass looking for China. Looking for China. Looking for China. How much things where you run past looking for China. Looking for China.
It's okay if you give me yourself and you want me to stay. It's okay. There's no way I can let her down when I do get away. Girl, no way. Nah. Body love, fire bomb, make me say oh my God. Burn a light, fire love, it's a good bomb. One time for me, chicken, find your waist and drop that. Big for mama, triple, oh your dada, shake that. Rock the boat left to right, girl you making me season. One time for me, triple, find your waist.
Marcus Williams.
I got enough feeling down in my belly. Brace up yourself because I have so much things to say. Baby, I can text and talk to you all day. It doesn't even matter if you're 1,000 miles away. So you're full of heart with me, I just have to say what you're thinking. I honestly feel like I'm dreaming. Oh my darling, what a feeling. I shouldn't say too much and confuse it, but you just have to know you're doing. I'm feeling so good, I must
You
share
are now
it.
locked
So
into
for those who
Hits
love
FM,
and they feel
and
it,
this
let
is
me
the maximum
hear you
music
say
report.
it.
My name is Steve Knight, and I'll play this message.
All who love to share it. We jumping like we don't care. Full of vibe, put your hands in the air. All who love to share it. We jumping like we don't care.
Are you ready? Are you ready for it? All night we jam it. Hold me, darling. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? 'Cause all night we jam it. Sweet like balloon. Come give me that sweet like balloon.
Marcus Williams.
Hello. Just come to me. Hello. But your back on me close enough.
So play it again.
Yo, you know this is Dynamite, making up DJ Drill. Don't know, we just do it. Hold me, darling. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? 'Cause all night we jam it. Sweet like balloon.
bag. You put it on the ground by the roadside. You tell me get out your place to come inside. Baby, don't do me that. You go break my heart. Can't believe you're ready to give up on me just so. Cause if you want me to go, you can't be looking the way you do. You can't be cooking.
26 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock in St. Lucia and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. And as I was telling Kareem earlier, that I saw a mother on Facebook, and let me just get this clear. This is St. Lucian. This is a Lucian mother. She's begging for a job for her son who's been trying to get a job for her like forever.
You know how long we are...
Kareem, do you think that parents should actually, pay for a child to go to school and, take care of a child and then still try to find a job?
Well, hang on.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Well. I believe that, it ain't bad.
It ain't bad.
Because I would prefer trying to get my child a job than to see him in the yard with nothing doing. Especially if you have a tendency to do V-neck things.
So that would be your reasoning.
Yeah.
I mean, I do commend the lady, the mother. She said that he's been tirelessly trying to get a job, and she was wondering if there's anyone who sees this post who can help him.
Okay.
And that's something out of the ordinary.
Can we help him?
Can we?
I don't know. You tell me.
If we could have, I would have already called.
Well then.
Because I really thought it was a good deed on her part. And like you said, she could be a mother who just doesn't want her child to fall in the wrong, fall by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing what... Jules, would your mother go out of the way to try to get you a job?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me put some volume up for you.
Yeah, she would.
She would?
Yeah, she would.
All right. That being said, do you think Facebook is the place to be? I mean, do you think that's something that she should have done on Facebook, or maybe she should have gone and reached out to a few people that she know? Would you be embarrassed if you saw a post on Facebook that your mom looking for a job for you?
At the moment, I wouldn't see it as embarrassment, because I would see it as making money, doing what I have to do. Because you can never tell. Maybe he wants to go back to school or something, so he wants a job so he can do what he has to do. So anybody who has that mindset of that's embarrassment, then they're just being very stupid.
I mean, yeah, I see. I could definitely agree with Jules on air, because Facebook is the community.
It is.
If you know, I mean, a lot of people on Facebook, both employers and people who know people.
Right,
so
right. So
in that regard,
now
that leads me to something that is prevalent or important.
Right.
A lot of people are crying that there are no jobs in the country. However, there are girls and guys who literally go through 4 jobs in a month. So really and truly, is it the case that there are no jobs, or the jobs that are available, people don't want to do it?
Don't want to do it.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
I mean, especially young people, because a lot of them are of the perception that they went to school and they have all the degrees and everything else, and it's now time for that job.
Yeah, and
work in progress. They don't really believe in work in progress too much.
I need to laugh at that because that is what society has peddled on us throughout the whole, throughout our whole school. We go to school, get a good education, you should get a good job. But that's not the case, unfortunately. A lot of people who go to university, for that matter, who come back with bachelor's degree, spend at least 3 years unemployed. And if they take a student loan,
is it because there's no jobs, or they just feel, well, I got a bachelor's degree, I ain't gonna go work at
I think it's a bit of both, in such that a lot of them are overqualified for most of the jobs that are available.
Right.
So it means employers don't want to pay them, because you kind of have to pay them according to their degree.
Right.
And then they wouldn't take a job lesser than their degree.
So it's a bit of both.
It's a bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time when job experience was very important.
It was.
It
still is.
Yes.
It
yes
still
or
is.
no?
And I mean, for me, that's funny,
How do you get job experience?
Exactly. How a company would want you to get 5 years job experience, but nobody wants to hire you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you could get experience, by being hired.
I got 5 years on the block.
I have managed a multi-million-dollar drug cartel. Does that count?
No, it doesn't.
You know, them kind of things.
It's tough for youths. It's really tough for youths getting out of school, and some of them become depressed. Some of them just get tired and of trying. I say, initially take what you get. Add everything that you can add to the resume. Add it to the resume.
Definitely.
Right. There's a lot of people though who believe that they move from job to job simply because they for lack of a better term, they just figure that they're overqualified, so they're there just to get the time, just to get a little recognition, maybe add something to the resume, to maybe even just to say that they've had some work experience.
Mm-hmm.
But mentally, they don't bring anything to the game.
Yeah, no, I mean,
they just show up.
That opens a whole kind of worms,
Yeah.
Because a lot of young people are really not employable.
A lot of them aren't.
And I'm not talking about employable in terms of they don't have the qualifications,
Just the way they carry themselves and the
attitude
towards
work
Yes.
and
Ethics.
those in authority
Mhm.
at work.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm trying not to incriminate anybody.
All right.
Right? So, imagine I've worked with somebody for a particular project.
Right.
You understand? And one of the nights, the person did not show up.
Right.
So, messaging the person, I'm like, yo, so why didn't you show up? I didn't have a ride. That was the person's answer. The person lives 15 minutes away. Walking distance.
can walk.
Yeah.
And-
And,
and-
the place is, the area, once you reach to the gap, you will get a ride.
The thing is,
You know?
there's a lot of them out there like that.
They want to
You
be
know,
spoon-fed.
A lot of them. And the parents, they get frustrated because these children don't want to hold a job.
Now,
every week they're
I
unemployed.
I am forced
Uh-huh.
somewhat to blame the parents for that.
True.
Because a lot of them children spoiled, rotten.
Yes.
Some of them children, the parents don't even want them to touch a dish pad,
That's true.
You understand? So how now can you expect to thrive in a work environment when you don't know what it feels like to do something for yourself? And by the time the boss tries to correct you, you feel like it's a personal attack and you're lashing out.
Yeah.
And no employer wants that kind of contention in their business, bro.
None.
You understand?
None at
So
all.
it
I
makes
mean,
no
no
sense.
matter how small the business.
It makes no sense why, it's crazy. People take work things so personally. Nah, if I come at you and I try to correct you, it's because I want there to be maximum productivity within the company.
Yeah.
If you're doing something wrong, then it's wrong. You understand? If you have plausible reason why you're doing the wrong thing, then you explain to me, well, okay. And that's the thing, it's a matter of communication. Because there's a difference between being rude and expressing yourself. You know? People say, oh, I've done it like that before. And no, that's rude. They'll be like, okay, the boss or whoever talks to you, you listen to the boss. And then you say, all right, I've listened and understood your point of view. Would you mind listening to my point of view and why I do it that way?
Right.
Simple, Most times the bosses would more than be willing, unless of course they're bad bosses. And again, there are bad of everything.
Right.
Bad bosses and all of that. But then, if you are in a comfortable working environment where the boss doesn't pick on you or anything like that, I see no reason why you cannot come to the boss and explain to them, this is why you're doing what you're doing, instead, and that's the expected results.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're your own individual.
Of course.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so we're going back to the mother on Facebook, and I really do commend her.
Yeah.
And I thought that was, in a way, I felt for her that the son is not getting a job, because she said that he finished school now and he's tried every which a lot of application, a lot of interviews, but nothing's forthcoming.
Now, there's a downside to that.
Here's the question, though. The question is, if he's done that many interviews and stuff, and he's not getting it, could it be a personal problem? Could it be an issue with him?
Yeah, and that's why I said, right, there's a downside to that. Because that boy may as well be a mama's boy. Such that where his mother does everything for him, and he doesn't feel the need to put effort into anything.
True.
Because at the end of the day,
would that make a difference if if 10 people decide to employ him now?
Exactly.
It wouldn't make a difference.
I mean, because think of it this way, right? If he goes to an interview and he has poor interview skills, whether or not he can, based on that first interview, an employer would not want to hire him. You understand? If you had an interview and be like, interview me. Let me give an example of what it could be like.
So tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Kareem, and I know I like to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. That's it. What kind of work experience? Well, it says here that you worked at Drillings.
Well,
tell us a bit about your responsibilities there.
Yeah, I used to drill, and then I used to take the things and bring it over there. Yeah.
That vocabulary is very bad.
All right. Well, but unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do.
That's the reality.
That's the reality.
A lot of people go into those job interviews. First of all, they don't know how to express themselves. Second of all, they come in dressed like clowns with all those bright colors and crazy makeup. Third of all, they have no background knowledge of the company
that they
go into work for.
They're applying for.
Find something.
What do you know? What do you know about Hits FM?
What did I know about Hits FM?
What do you know about Hits FM?
They're the maximum musical authority.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you know.
That's all I know.
But the thing is, it's important that you do research on the company that you go into an interview.
It is important.
Even for the person who might be interviewing you, if you can find that information out, try to get to know.
I find out about you before I came, man.
You check me?
Yeah.
They tell you I'm a big...
you tell me you're a complete...
idiot. Yes.
No, but and the thing is, right?
It's important that you know these things.
And it's also very, very important to sell yourself. Because when I came to you, you knew me from nowhere.
Right.
And I just started talking.
Yeah, well, it's a talking job.
Yeah, and then I just literally started talking. And then this guy's like, okay, cool. And then you did the follow-up, and then you called me in, and then I just started talking more.
Yeah.
And then you were like, okay. Because I felt confident selling myself. At the end of the day, the worst you could tell me is no.
Right.
But I was me, I gave you me.
True.
You understand? Being nervous, as much as we're human, and yes, we may be nervous, it's important to sell yourself because you're trying to accomplish something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will host a finishing seminar, finishing school. You understand?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people really and truly don't know how to interview. The colors you wear matters. You understand? How you present yourself.
Right.
How you present your resume. Like literally how you hand it to them, How you sit. How you stand. How you respond when you're addressed. The first word. If you are asked a question and the first response is it shows that you're not too keen on those things. And it's like you need to be able to think on your feet. I remember I did a job. Every job interview I've ever done in my life, I've gotten a job. Every single one of them. I did it, except one job interview. I remember when I worked by KM, when I started working by KM2, right? When I did my interview at KM2, right? But I sat in there in 5 minutes. They tell me, sell me something. They tell me to sell the cell phone. It's a sales job. I'm like, are you tired of boring cell phones? Well, you should get the whatever today. And I start selling it, and they watch me like, cool. So your second interview is 2 weeks from now. Boom, just like that. When I was interviewed to be a teacher, you understand? I walked into the principal's office to bring my resume, and she's like, "Let me have a word with you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I was literally in shots because I was just bringing it. I didn't expect no interview, And then she's like, then she started talking to me and she started asking me questions. And then I just kept expressing myself clearly, sitting upright, being confident and so on. She's like, okay, cool, come see me whatever date it is. Right? When I sat there, she's like, all right, this is what I expect from you when you start working here. You understand? It's just the confidence and the vibe that you sell off makes people be like, even if you have no idea what you're talking about, the fact that you look confident doing it.
Confident doing it. And that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you're selling yourself. People when you go for a job interview, again, they have their job there. They have the opening there. It's there. No matter who fills it, it's there. You have to be the one to convince them that you're the one who's capable of doing that job or filling that post. All right. Again, kudos to mom for reaching out to people to try to help her son. Again, it could be a situation where you babied your boy too much, right? But on the other side, if it's a case where you're just tired of seeing him try and you see the effects of it, because the parents do see the effects. It bothers people.
It really, I mean,
so
again, everything is dynamic. I mean, nothing is black and white. Right. So, I mean, mommy, if you, I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, I just really hope that, this is coming from a place of understanding that your child you're just trying to help your child rather than you doing it for him.
Right.
Kind of thing, because it's easy to get lost in that. You trying to be there for your child and you end up doing everything for them. Yeah. But you just can't be on the job for them, and that's why it's important. Even if you get the job, you cannot be on the job for him. Right. So I hope you're training your son. And I mean, everybody listening out there, if you're in a similar situation, whether you're a parent or a young person looking for a job.
And on the other side, if you're an employer, give the youths a chance.
Give the youths a chance. At the same time, the youths, go in the job willing to learn. Humble yourself, Humble yourself and just learn the thing.
Right.
Because the truth is, when you're prideful and you feel like you know it all, it will not bring you far. Nobody wants you around.
Nobody wants you.
Because if you feel like you know more than the boss, what are you doing there? Go and start your own company.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing. So it comes down to youth making themselves employable, right? And that leads me to another aspect of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How reckless young people are with posting things, right? In general. Now, since we're talking about employment, I speak of the mother. I just want to even make it more holistic in that regard. Because here's what, right? So what if an employer decide, oh well, let me see what her son profile is like, and first thing the man see is picture of a man holding two gun, thing of them kind of things.
And believe me, I have done it. I have had resumes on my desk, and I say, okay, let me head over to Facebook and check this person out.
Exactly.
And I've made decision based on what I've saw.
Yeah.
What I've seen on Facebook.
At the same time, I can never prevent anybody from having a life, nor will I control what they do on Facebook. However, you have to be smart about the things you post, the things you say, how you deal with people. You can't be on Facebook and every two posts you in a row with somebody. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, if you share enough views of something, that's a different thing.
Social media has become, Facebook itself has gone far beyond what it was originally designed for.
Yeah.
When Mark, what's his last name there? The CEO, founder of and CEO of Facebook, when they designed the platform, it was so that them and their classmates can kind of share information and be on, and then it blew up and turned into what it is today. It is now a tool that can be good for you or bad for you, depending on what and how you post. All right? We've seen how much people have had their business put out there, their lives destroyed.
Yes.
Because of the platform. Right?
Yeah. And it's even such that it can be other people posting you in an incriminating way.
Right.
So you have to be conscious of all of that. Not everything deserves to be on Facebook.
Not everything.
And
employers
even something as simple as relationship stuff.
Yeah.
It's all fine and dandy that you have your man.
Or your woman.
You understand? Or your woman. But you don't need to post a picture of you holding your woman breast. You don't need to do that. That's unnecessary. And then caption it, relationship goals. That's private though.
Yeah.
You understand?
A lot of people do not know.
That's
the
very
difference.
lewd.
Yeah, a lot of people do not know where to stop when it comes to social media. There's no breaks. That being said, just remember that even though you're just as your friends have access to your Facebook page, so does potential employers.
You understand?
And a lot
And you
of
never
companies, a lot of managers, when they get that resume and they have your name, your government name there, they're gonna go to Facebook and look for it.
Yeah.
Right? And that would paint a picture for them as to who you are before you were even interviewed. So sometimes when you come to the interview, they already don't see your Facebook profile. They're not interested, but guess what? You were booked, so here you are.
So you were in my Facebook?
Yeah.
What did you see?
Boy, I can't even tell you that on the radio.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
we're just hoping that you learn from your mistakes.
So that's what happening.
Yeah.
You hire me based on you'll get better.
Yeah, you get better.
I don't post margin on my thing, and that's the thing, it's okay to be opinionated,
Mm-hmm.
We're not telling people they can't post things. If you have a political view and all of that, and somebody don't hire you based on your political view, that's their
different.
agenda. You understand? That's their agenda. That's not a reflection of you. You have your opinion. You say your opinion. You have an opinion on abortion, and it is what it is. You share your opinions. That's completely fine, because you're supposed to have an opinion. And I would want to employ somebody who thinks objectively.
Right.
But however, when you put every single thing of your private life on there, and then you're always in a row with somebody, it's always your mother this, your mother that, and that person that talking about my name, and thing, them things, you don't need that.
Yeah.
If you have a war with somebody, confront them in person. When I say confront, I don't mean go and beat them up. But if somebody's saying something about you, deal with it like that. So go to, hey, excuse me, you're talking about me.
Social media is down the window to most of our lives, and we just remember that window is almost a window that's placed by the side of the road. Everyone that passes by can see.
And there are so many people who are Facebook bullies, you understand? Yo, I wouldn't want to employ somebody who I see picking on somebody else. Like that thing that went viral last year. This girl went to Vice, and she's from the south of the island. And she was, she was genuinely enjoying herself, and she was made a fool of in St. Lucia. Why? I don't know. For after a day like today, I don't understand why people made such a fuss over this.
True.
You understand? The girl enjoying herself. The girl out there. The girl pay her ticket, go to the show to enjoy herself. She drank a little too much than she needed to. But why do we find it okay to make fun of it? And then so much so, so many people become bullies because of that.
And the thing is, there's a lot of people who are hurting themselves, literally hurting themselves over Facebook. We've seen stories. I've seen many stories of people actually taking their lives because of the pressure that came through social media. They might have done something stupid. Just recently, a video was going around with a young man and a young girl, and then you heard right after that an audio of the young girl saying she don't know how she's gonna handle it. She feels like she wants to take her life, all that kind of stuff.
Even the child situation, the bus driver thing.
Yeah.
Social media again.
Turn Charles into a local celebrity overnight because of social media.
And
so
it's crazy.
We have to be careful. It can be used in some great ways, and this is one of the ways I see social media working, where a mother reached out, who knows who's seeing that post, and I do hope that the son finds a job. I think that's a positive thing.
It is. And that's the thing. There's so much positivity, but it's not black and white. So I really hope this young man does have everything intact.
So when
he has just been unfortunate to not get a job, rather than he's just not trained already for it. I hope that's the case, because the truth is it does happen. Where you're just not fortunate to get a job. Even if you're equipped or not, and then you will get the right job.
All right, we got about 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes onto the hour of 11 o'clock. Time for us to bounce out of here. Make way for Man versus Woman, which will be coming up at 11 or shortly thereafter. Once again, bro, see you tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
You gonna stick around? Are you leaving right away? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
They got about-
So, thank you for listening to Hits FM with Miraculous and Asylum.
Yeah.
Or is it Asylum and Miraculous? I don't know, but
yeah.
both of us there. We
Yeah,
there.
we there.
It's the morning fed where every morning is a party.
Mhm.
Every morning is a party. Picking up DJ Drills. DJ Drills seem quite excited. You sleep well this weekend, boy?
Yeah, boy.
You finish your bottle of cream, eh?
Yeah, his laptop
Okay,
is
all right, okay. That's cool, that's cool.
All right. So,
I still know you finish your bottle of cream. All right, so
yeah.
guys.
All right, man. Catch us tomorrow, same place, same time.
Time.
We're out of here.
Yeah, boom bang.
All right, drill some more music.
Whether I'm in St. Lucia or in St. Vincent, the Eastern Caribbean, I tune into the #1 radio station, Hits FM. This is how we do music.
You wanna leave me open? You wanna leave me so tight down now? You know my one and only. Try not to let your heart get in the way. Just like night and day. Often I wanna stray. The reason I wanna stay is something I can't explain. You the best, you the best, you the best. Can't control me. Yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know. I sweet and loco, 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 loco. Play with my mind and I go loco, 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 loco. Take time, just take it easy, easy. You know, I sweet and loco, 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 loco. Yeah, 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 yeah. Feel like you love me, I go crazy. Me not a bit that it always me. Maybe I should be a lady, 'cause I jiggy, I got fella can't face me, no. Move yourself with your ex and us. Oh, no, 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 oh, no, 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 no. I don't wanna play a tic-tac-toe.
I want to know who sent you. I want to know who put you up to this. Hey, I want to know what you're up to.
The Maximum Music Authority hits.
I blocked the road to my heart, girl. How did you get here? I locked the door to my soul, girl. How did you get in? Wait a minute. I got to compose myself. 'Cause no, I can't control myself. Oh no, I'm
I'm all alive. If the point got through my head, say make a deny me. I go tell them, say lie, don't be like, yeah. I fit spend all of my money on you. Spend a couple million on you. Give you love until you say don't do, yeah. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime where I deal with you. I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love.
So play it again.
that now we just do it.
I'm all alive. If the point got to my head, say make I deny you. I go tell them, say lie. Don't be lie. I fit spend all of my money on you. Spend a couple million on you. Give you love until you say don't do. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime when I'm with you.
Hits FM.
I want your heart and soul and your own
My name
body.
is Steve Nice and I approve this
I
message.
can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. This love not the ordinary thing. It's supposed to be one night thing. But now I know they catch feelings. I get vexed when I see you with another person. No, I know they concentrate no more. Make you felicitate your love. Hold me tight and rub on my head.
What you wanna do? Tell me what you wanna do. Nobody taking for my nobody taking to my do. Anything that you say, I go. Anywhere you say, I go. Nobody taking for nobody taking to my do. Anything that you say, I go. Wherever you go, I go. I go be your superwoman. You go carry me, go the other. Money day or money no. I go still there for you. I go still there for you. I go be your superwoman. You go carry me go the other. Money day or money no. I go still there for you. I go still there for
Yo, you know this a one team. I represent the Cadillac. No say that. Ayo, DJ Drills. Tell them, hold it there.